Welcome to Business Budget Model. In this tutorial, we're going to explore print options. It allows you to simply print any of the desired sheets pre-formatted with one click to your default printer setup in Excel. From the navigation page, we can select the print options by clicking on print options, number 10 there. Or alternatively, the print options worksheet tab is displayed below, and we can access it by printing either of those. When the screen appears, you can see if you've set up and you want to see the alternative currencies for your budget. Remember, you can select up to 2 different alternative currencies in your budget. If you've selected that option, then to the right hand side you'll see that these columns are displayed, which allow you to print the various options in the predefined spreadsheets in that. If you have not selected an alternative view and do not want to use it, you can simply hide those, and by clicking on this hide budget currencies there, it will also hide the 2 tabs at the bottom here, budget currency 1 and budget currency 2. So as I click on that to hide, the columns to the right disappear, as well as the various worksheets, the 2 worksheets at the bottom will disappear. To restore it, you just simply click on Show Other Currencies. Your setup of your default printer in Excel, and to explain what I mean there, if I selected I wanted to print something, it will default to the last printer that you've actually used in Excel. When you actually select this option, it will send your printing to that printer. The color coordination is kept consistent. So light brown shaded cells here indicate your sheets where you actually provided input to in the light brown shaded cells of those sheets. So under general, we'll have assumptions, chart of accounts, and any purchases done, CapEx purchases done on installment sale or finance agreements will be listed over there. Pale blue for year 1, pale green for year 2, and light grey for year 3, and that is consistent throughout the entire sheet here. So under the assumptions and inputs that you've provided in your budget, you provided setup of your assumptions, your chart of accounts, you provided OPEX for your various years, you provided incremental OPEX if you're using multiple scenario budgets, you provided the revenues, the cost of sales for the 3 different scenarios if you're using multiple scenarios. If not, those would not be set up, and once again for the different years. To print any one of these, you would simply click on them, and the print output is sent to that printer. In the printer that I've got in this tutorial as an example, I've set it that I have a preview of the detail before it actually goes to the printer. So to demonstrate how simple it is, if I want to print chart of accounts, I just simply click on chart of accounts. It tells that it's now printing to the different pages, printing to that printer. I get an automatic print preview, which looks something like this, where I can see the different pages. And as you can see, everything is pre-set up, nicely cropped, so that you don't have to worry about doing that every time that you print. And then in this particular example, because I have the preview, if I wanted to print it to the printer, I'd simply click on my print button. And that is as simple as it is to print any information. You'll always have an indication of which scenario you're using in case you're not sure which scenario you want to print, using multiple scenarios. And then further down, there are various options to print the graphs and comparative analysis if you're using scenario comparisons for multi-scenario options. But literally, it is that simple to select anything to print. Of course, in the Excel sheets itself, if there are certain areas you want to print, you still have that ability using the standard, going into the options, defining your print area and your headers and footers, and sending it to the printer. And it doesn't matter what you printed there. These are default settings just to make your life a lot more simple. Once again, navigation buttons to easily get around, and to get back to the navigation page, there it is. And that concludes the print options tutorial. Thank you for joining.